2 years after the deadliest attack in Israel's history sparked a war that's killed tens of thousands, a bold new peace plan for Gaza promises hope, but can it survive the chaos? Stay tuned to find out if this is the breakthrough we've been waiting for, or just another false dawn.
I want to thank the countries that helped me put this together: Qatar, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, and so many others. So many people fought so hard. This is a big day. We'll see how it all turns out. We have to get the final word down in concrete. Very importantly, I look forward to having the hostages come home to their parents.
2 years ago today, October 7, 2023, the world watched in horror as Hamas launched a devastating attack on Israel, killing 1,200 people and taking 251 hostages. Israel's response, a military campaign in Gaza, has claimed over 67,000 lives, including 18,000 children, according to Gaza's health ministry. Today, on this somber anniversary, indirect peace talks are underway in Egypt's Sharm el-Sheikh. At the center? A bold, 20-point proposal from U.S. President Donald Trump, unveiled just over a week ago with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It's being called the Trump-Gaza Peace Plan, a sweeping vision to end the war, free the hostages, and rebuild. But is it viable? Or just another chapter in a cycle of broken promises? Let's break it down. First, a quick backdrop. The Israel-Hamas war has devastated Gaza, homes leveled, hospitals in ruins, famine looming. Aid trucks have been blocked for weeks amid ongoing Israeli operations in Gaza City. Enter Trump's plan, announced September 29, 2025. Trump hailed it as potentially one of the great days in civilization, while Netanyahu called it a game-changer. It's structured around today, tomorrow, and the day after: immediate relief, transitional governance, and long-term security. The plan kicks off with an immediate ceasefire: no more bombings, no more rockets. Within 72 hours of agreement, all 48 remaining Israeli hostages, about 20 believed alive, would be released, in exchange for nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners held by Israel. Israeli forces would pull back to agreed lines, freezing the front. Full humanitarian aid would flood in via the UN and Red Crescent, no strings attached. Simple in theory: end the killing, now. Here's where it gets ambitious. Hamas must fully disarm, surrender weapons, dissolve as a military and governing force. Fighters who comply get amnesty and safe passage to third countries if they want out. No more role for them in Gaza's future. In their place? A transitional technocratic committee, apolitical experts, Palestinians and internationals, to run things. Overseeing it all, a new board of peace, chaired by Trump himself, with former UK PM Tony Blair as his right hand. Arab states would send stabilization forces to keep the peace, and Trump would craft an economic blueprint to pump billions into Gaza's revival: think jobs, schools, power grids. Israel commits: no occupation, no annexation. Troops withdraw on a timetable linked to Hamas's demilitarization, though they'd hold a security perimeter until threats vanish. Long-term, Gaza becomes a de-radicalized, terror-free zone. Arab partners guarantee no resurgence from Hamas remnants. The plan nods to Palestinian self-determination and eventual statehood, echoing global aspirations, but with no hard deadlines or maps. It ties into expanding the Abraham Accords, potentially pulling in Saudi Arabia and others for regional buy-in. Notably absent? Any mention of the West Bank, where Israeli settlements keep expanding. So, where do things stand today? Talks restarted Monday in a positive atmosphere, with U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner in the mix, alongside Qatari and Egyptian mediators. Trump tweeted it's a really good chance for a lasting deal, urging everyone to move fast. He wants Phase 1 wrapped this week. Netanyahu's eyeing hostage announcements in coming days. Hamas? They're on board, for now. In a surprise Friday statement, they agreed to release all Israeli prisoners according to the exchange formula if conditions are met. They're open to handing Gaza to a technocratic body with national consensus and Arab Islamic backing. But they skipped red lines like disarmament or total exclusion from politics, hinting at pressure to bend. Critics say it's a veiled, negotiated surrender. Support's rolling in, the Palestinian Authority backs it with reform pledges, the UN calls it an opportunity to seize, and leaders from the UK, EU, and most Arab states, minus Iran, are on side. Even Iran signaled cautious nods. But viability? Let's weigh it. The case for a real shot at stability. This plan has muscle backing from heavy hitters like the EU, major Islamic states, and Arab nations ready to foot the bill for Gaza's rebuild. It's the only game in town to halt the bloodshed right now, front-loading aid to save lives and kickstart jobs, health, and services. Hamas gets an off-ramp from a losing war, Israel secures hostages and a buffer. The PA's reforms could unify Palestinians, and linking to Abraham Accords might normalize ties across the region. If it sticks, Gaza could rise as a de-radicalized hub, proving peace pays. The case against a house of cards? Skeptics abound. The plan's just 20 vague principles, no timelines past day 3, no maps for withdrawals, no blueprint for disarming thousands of fighters. Negotiations could drag for months, with Netanyahu potentially sabotaging details. It's lopsided. Israel gets ironclad security, Palestinians get a committee with little say, no real governance role, and exclusion of Hamas from politics, risking a vacuum like post-Iraq chaos. Logistics? Standing up an international force overnight? Unprecedented and messy. Corruption could siphon rebuild funds, and without tackling the West Bank or a firm two-state path, it's no route fix. Netanyahu's already nixing Palestinian statehood. Broader foes like Iran loom, and Trump's Nobel ambitions smell more like show than substance. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, please consider to like the video and subscribe the channel for such upcoming videos on geopolitics affecting the global orders each days.